Have you ever been to Manhyia, the palace of the Asante? If you're curious, come with me. Let's find out what it's all about.
Hello.
Opening Osei Bunsu Safo Kantanka.
Yes, sir.
You are the monarchical historian.
Yes.
You can tell us everything about Manhyia Palace.
Yes, almost everything.
It's good to see you. Please take us right in.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Okay.
Let's box on. Okay.
It's a very busy day today.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, today is a special day set aside for all the foreign dignitaries of foreigners who live on Asante land. In Asante, all foreigners have been given positions within the palace. That if you are from Everland, you belong to the one of the 12 divisions of Ashanti. So the Ever community belongs to the Jasi division. The Kou belongs to the right-wing division.
Really?
Others, the Zongo community belong to the Jasi division. So all of them are coming together to meet the king and bid him, pat him on the back for all the things that he has done.
Of course, he's celebrating his 25th year on the stool.
Sure.
So which ethnic groups are here? You mentioned the Evers, you mentioned
the Gan community, we have the Hausa community, we have the Mosi community, we have the Dagomba community. Okay. Many of them.
Bonos, you have Bonos here as well?
We have them.
Achim?
Yes.
Oh wow. So it's quite a multicultural, multi-ethnic environment.
Sure.
Okay. So it's a busy day today.
It's a busy
and I understand today too is Awuku Day.
Today is Awuku Day.
What is Awuku Day?
Awuku Day is a day set aside for our ancestors. We believe that our ancestors don't die, or they have not died. They are resting. Da is to sleep. So a day is sleeping day.
Okay.
And a sleeping day is observed on Wednesdays and Sundays. When it falls on Sunday, it is Akwasi Day. When it falls on Wednesday, it's Awuku Day.
Okay, because Wednesday is Kuada,
yes.
and Sunday is Akwasi Day.
Day.
Okay, interesting. So that explains all the busyness.
Yes.
So we've gone through the first gate.
Yes.
What lies beyond the second gate?
The second gate is where we have the King's Secretariat, where his Akrachifo, or that is his bureau.
Yes.
So the bureaucracy goes on the right side.
So his office,
offices.
All the people who take care of his administration.
Offices.
Okay.
On the left side is where he tries his cases. That is, or where he meets the people of Kumasi. And then also when it is Asante Mai, that is also where they meet on the left side.
Okay. So this is where he will try the cases?
Sure.
His court?
Yes, his court. Yes.
All right.
On the extreme right here is the Queen Mother's Palace.
Queen Mother's Palace over there?
Yes, there's the Queen Mother's Palace.
Okay.
The Queen Mother has also a court where she tries cases. So more often than not, when people want to experience leniency, they try to file their cases
with the mother.
Queen Mother.
Yes. Assuming that she'll be softer.
Yes.
All right. Okay. All right. So let's go through the second gate. So this is where the court is, right?
Yes. The court is on the left side.
All right. Okay. So the second gates to Manhyia have swung open.
That's it.
Tell us where we are now. To my left.
On the left side is where the king tries his cases. And also hold meetings. With chiefs and elders.
So
that is his court. And so on the right side here is where we have his secretariat.
So this is his secretariat over there?
Yes, that's it. And his own office. That is where we are. The extreme right here is where we have the Queen Mother's Palace. So that is the one entrance to the Queen Mother's Palace. What you see there is a special place kept for sacrifices.
Where you see the firewood.
Yeah, where you see the firewood. There's a dwarf wall.
Okay.
Yeah, and then a tree planted within the dwarf wall.
Right there.
Yes.
Where you have the white wall.
Yes.
You want us to go see it?
Yeah, we can go.
Okay. Yeah, let's see it.
Not too close
Not
to
too-
it.
Oh, okay.
But
All right.
we can
As
go
far as
nearer.
protocol,
Yes.
protocol demands.
Yes.
Okay. So tell us about the history of this place. When did the Asantehene start living here?
Well, that was 1925.
Okay.
The the last Asante British War took place in 1900 to 1901. That was before the last British War, called the Asantewaa War. There was an attempt to crush the Ashantis in 1896, when the king of Ashanti then, Nana Ajama Prempeh I, refused to engage the British in any war. So he surrendered for the British to take him away and leave his people alone. He was taken to the Seychelles Island, first to Elmina Castle, where he spent some 2 years, and then moved from there to Sierra Leone. And so whilst the British were able to take him along, and also some of the most important chiefs in the kingdom, they took over the whole of the Ashanti kingdom and ruled it themselves. So they appointed ordinary people who are not necessarily chiefs to be in position of all the most important places. So they were ruling, and after the war, they thought that they should bring back the king to serve as an mediator to their indirect rule. So when they had to bring him back, they had to prepare a place for him to come and live, because they had taken over the original palace.
Which was situated where?
Adum, where they now have the military museum. That was the original place of the Asantehene's palace. But the British pulled everything down, they bombarded the place, and then erected their own forts at that place.
How long had previous Asantehenes been living there as their palace?
That is from time immemorial. We can talk about 500 years back.
So that Edum area is very historical.
Yes. So that's where. So when the British decided to bring back the Asantehene from Seychelles Islands, they had to find him a place, because they had already taken over their place. So they decided to build a new palace here for the king.
Which is where we are now.
Yeah, that's where we are. But that is which has been converted to the museum. That is the palace the British built.
So
when they built it, the Asantehene refused to move in, and he was suspicious of the British, so he decided to pay for it before he moves in. So although you had built this for me, they have destroyed the Asantehene's palace, which was about 5 times the size of what they had built.
The old palace was 5 times the size of this place.
Good. So the Asantehene felt that, no, let me pay for the new one that you have built for me before I move in.
Exactly.
So he stayed at Adum for about a year before moving in 1925.
Indeed. Interesting history. Which building is this one?
This is the Asantehene Secretariat.
Okay.
And where this very one is where he's been meeting his wife.
Okay.
Wives. Asantehene has as many as maybe 300 wives.
Really?
Yes. Originally, they were real wives. Today, they are ceremonial wives.
300 of them?
Yes.
How does one become a wife of the Asantehene?
Well, every Asantehene has to marry the wives of Asantehene left behind.
I see.
So again, they had other homes they had to marry from. So it was, apart from his own choice, he asked his choice to all that he had inherited.
Is this what you call the stool wives?
Yes, 2 wives.
And currently there are how many?
They are close to 200.
Wow. Does he know all of them?
He knows all of them because he's been attending meetings with them.
Interesting. Wow. Okay. So where else are you taking us?
So we're going to the museum.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the British, what the British built.
Originally.
Originally.
To house him.
To house the Asante.
Why do you think he paid for it? What
Well,
was the symbolism behind him paying
he
for
did pay
that building?
because he was to show that he's an independent person, to show that he's not going to put his head under any rule.
For someone to say, oh, we even built a house for you.
That's it.
Yeah, so now you buy it
so
and it's yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he paid for it before moving in.
Yeah. That was a strategic decision.
That's it. It was very strategic.
Yeah.
So this is it. Where we are heading towards is palace built to compensate the Ashanti king for their destruction of the original palace.
I see the colors gold, black, and green.
Yes.
What is the significance of these colors?
They are very symbolic. The green represents the forest that we live in. The black represents the black stools. The stools are, that is, the offices. A stool is a symbol of office.
Okay.
So all the chiefs and kings who lived before the formation of the Ashantis had to bring their official stools to be bent to unite the kingdom. So it is a symbol of unity.
Ah.
The yellow is a symbol of wealth.
I see. So wealth, unity, and then the environment.
That's it.
Okay. Now that you've spoken about how the stools had been burnt by all these chiefs to symbolize unity, tell us briefly how the Asantes came about. What is the history of the word even, Asante?
Well, the word Asante means Esa or Asa. Asa is wars. Esa is war. That is singular. Is Esa, and plural is Asa.
Okay.
In the Twi language.
Yes.
Nti means because of.
Okay.
So the people came together in the form of defense, to be able to defend themselves. They came together. The main purpose of their coming together was to be able to defend themselves when under attack.
Okay. Who are all these people? Who are all these people who came together to form the Asante?
As we talk now, we have about 70 states that make up the Asante Kingdom.
70.
So, yeah. I started with 12. So the first 12 are those who brought their stools to be bent to serve as a symbol of unity.
Who are those first 12?
They are the Kwamai, which became Kumasi.
Okay.
Yeah. Gabi, Mampong, Asumiya, Kokofu, Bekwai, Nsuta, and Offenso Egeso.
So 12 of them came together?
Yeah, 12 of them came together.
Okay. So what were they called before?
They were, they had their own names. So the coming together is a federation.
Okay.
So in a federal state, each state has its own name.
But were they all speaking a common language?
Yes.
They were all speaking Twi?
Common language. They
Okay.
were all speaking Twi. They were Akan states that came together.
Who brought them together?
The first king of Ashanti and his advisor, Komfanochi. The first king of Ashanti is Osetutu, King Osetutu the first.
After whom this current
Yes,
Asante is named?
yes.
Okay.
And then Okomfanochi. The two did everything together to bring the states together. And then after they brought them together, they agreed to formulate laws. They made 77 laws.
77?
Yeah, 7 laws. So
Okay.
that was the constitution of the
for the
state.
Asante, okay.
Yes. After the constitution, they decided to have one big town as their headquarters or their capital, which is Kumasi. Then after that, they decided to have a day within a year which all of them would meet to deliberate upon issues. That it was the Ade, a big Ade festival, Ujra festival.
Okay.
Ujra simply means cleansing of the
Cleansing.
nation.
Okay. Okay. From all the sins
So
that happened.
all the states would have to meet
Okay.
at the end of every year. On
Where
the
is
right
this?
side, on the right side is where we have the king's abode. That is where he resides.
Okay. How close can we get to the gate?
To the gate, yes,
Yes, but we can't enter.
We can't
All right,
enter.
let's just have a look.
So,
Yeah.
So to this point, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the king's residence.
Yes, this is the king's residence on the right. On the left is the king's old residence built by the British.
This is what they built for him
Yeah,
to
they
compensate.
built to compensate what they had destroyed.
But this compensation, from what if you tell me that where he had was 5 times bigger than this place,
Yes.
then this was not much
Yes,
of a compensation.
Course,
Yeah.
it was almost an insult.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
I can see from the architecture, this is in the 20s.
Yes.
With shutters.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
The building itself was built 1923, 1924. The king moved in 1925.
So it's almost 100 years
Yes.
since the king moved in here.
So there were other chiefs, other kings. That is, the king who moved in was Asante Prempeh the First. After his passing on, came another Asante Prempeh the Second. He lived here.
Yes.
Then Asante Opokuwari also lived here in brief.
Uh-huh.
Then he built another apartment and moved in there and converted this
Into a museum. Okay, great stuff. What is this green area here?
The green area is an open place for Durbar. Anytime an open Durbar
Yes.
of chiefs or a Durbar to receive foreign dignitaries, that is where it is normally done.
I see it has been named after somebody. Can we just
Yes.
go over there so we can get some history? So this is Nana Efiakobi Sewa Ampim II Memorial Park. Who is this woman?
Nana Efiakobi Sewampem was a queen mother who passed on some 5 years ago, and it's the biological son is now ruling.
So the Asantini, it was her son.
That is.
Okay.
So the last born,
Okay.
he had 5 children, and that the last born
It's Asante.
the Asante.
The Kechiri.
Yes, and the firstborn is the one who is now the queen mother of Ashanti.
Oh, so the Queen Mother of Ashanti now is Nana's big elder
Yes,
sister.
yes.
Where are the other children?
Where they passed on.
So they are the 2 remaining children.
yes.
Okay. What are those sounds we hear there?
You hear the sounds of peacock.
How many peacocks do we have in Manhyia?
Maybe you can count about 30 plus.
Okay.
Peacock in Twi is called Akukoni Abankwa.
Akukoni Abankwa.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is the peacock.
Okay.
So those with flamboyant colors are the males.
Yes.
And those without flamboyant colors are the female. So we can give thanks to the Almighty God for creating the males more beautiful than the women.
and then for the men, for the human beings, he reversed it. Yes. So anybody who comes to Manhyia after a while gets used to the sounds of the birds, and I'm sure we'll be hearing them through this recording. What is the significance of having peacocks here?
The peacocks are first and foremost for decoration. Anybody who sees a peacock would agree, on certain terms, that they are beautiful creatures.
Yeah. Yes.
So they make the place beautiful. Their movement up and down, they also attract visitors, and they make a lot of noise as alarm bells.
Okay.
For people coming in.
Okay, it's almost like security birds.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So can we step into the museum?
Yes.
Okay, let's go check out the museum.
Okay.
All right. So, the former living quarters of the Asantini.
Yes, that used to be the palace of the king of Asante, built by the British to compensate them for the bigger palace which the British themselves destroyed
in the war.
And when Asante Opokuwari II lived in for some time and decided to build a new one, moved into the new one, and then converted this one to a museum. So this museum was initiated by Asante Opokuwari II.
I see some lions here.
Yes.
What is the significance of lions in Asante?
Significance. It is believed that the people called the Akan, the Ewe and the Ga were all brothers living in the same area in ancient Egypt and Israel.
Yes.
So the lion is a symbol of all these Akan, the Ewe, the Ga. So it's this a great significance, the Lion of Judah.
Yes, indeed.
So,
Yes.
so this is,
And I think we all have the same word for lion in all our languages.
yes,
Jata.
Jata.
Yes, it's
so
Jata.
This is it.
Okay.
So it is politics that has actually divided us.
Indeed.
Otherwise,
We
there
should be-
was nothing like Ever or
Ga
Ga
or
or
Kakan.
Akan.
We
We were
same
all
people,
together,
one family.
coming from one place.
Okay, let's step in. Guarded by the lions.
Yes.
Okay.
here
so this is the
we
foundation
have-
stone.
yes, yes.
The first one here.
Yes.
This stone was laid by A. Duncan Johnston, Esquire, March 4th, 1925.
Yes.
Almost 100 years ago.
Yeah, that is that one is a British.
Yes.
And then when it was converted,
And then when it was
to a museum,
converted,
yeah.
Manhyia Palace Museum, this plaque was unveiled by Otumfur II, Asante, on the occasion of his silver jubilee on 12th August 1995, donated by Ghana Commercial Bank. Beautiful. So on his silver jubilee, he had this done. Okay. How do the Asante people feel about those artifacts that were taken away over 150 years ago?
Well, it is the Ashantis welcome the return of these artifacts with jubilation. The reason is that artifacts or art forms of all nature have great significance, physical significance, spiritual significance, and economic significance. So, more in particular, the spiritual aspect of the artworks. It is for that reason that we are very much happy to receive them back.
Awesome. Have the public seen them yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
when will we see it?
Well, I think during the celebration, that is
Okay.
the 12th May,
Okay.
we would have that. We also have a tree.
Okay.
This big tree you on your right side
Yes.
here, it is called Abari. It was among the trees the parks and gardens planted to decorate the palace. That is as far back as 1923.
These are old. This is an old tree.
Yeah.
It's a rubber tree, right?
Yes, it is called the Indian rubber.
Okay.
Yeah, but the tree name or the Akan name is Abare. Abare means twisted. Yeah. Okay.
And I see some peacocks living in it.
Yes.
Okay.
They enjoy living in that.
Yes.
When you have here is a bell, a
Okay.
huge bell.
Yes, indeed.
In honor of Kofi Annan.
The former UN Secretary General.
Yes, that
okay.
is the bell donated to Kofi Annan.
Okay.
And then we have a little
that's
information.
the World
about-
Peace Bell,
Yes.
erected in honor of our
Yeah.
friend and colleague Kofi Annan, 26 April 2019. Oh, okay. So in 2 days' time, it will be exactly 5 years.
Yes.
In celebration of the 20th anniversary of the reign of His Royal Majesty Otumfur II Asante, donated by the World Peace Bell Association and Vital Capital.
Yes.
Can I ring the bell?
Yeah, maybe for demonstration.
Yes, maybe just once.
Yes.
Okay. So that's the bell.
Yes.
World Peace Bell.
Yes, World Peace Bell.
Yes, we can do
in
it together.
honor- Yes.
Yes.
In honor of
Kofi
Kofi Annan.
Annan.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Swing it. Yes. For once, otherwise we'll be calling people.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay, after that bell, I realized that there's so many animals associated with the kingdom. So
Yes.
we saw the peacocks, we've seen the lions. I see a statue of another creature there. What creature is that?
That is the kotoko, that is the porcupine.
Ah,
The porcupine is a symbol of the whole Asante kingdom. The porcupine is a type of animal that fights till death.
okay.
It never gives up. And again, it has skills of fighting by taking coverage. So that is how we came by the name Kotoko. Camouflage and fight. Yes, that is so. That is
fight.
how the word Asante Kotoko.
Ah, kotoku, kutu to bend,
Kotoko. Yes.
and then to fight.
Yeah,
Ku is to
that's
fight.
right, yes.
Kutu is to
Yes.
crouch.
Yes.
Oh,
So
crouch
that
to
is how
fight.
we
Okay.
came by. What you're seeing here
In the water?
Yeah, contain a lot of catfish,
Okay.
which is also used to in the form of sacrifices. Some chiefs
Oh, okay.
are responsible for that.
Oh, there's a chief
Yeah,
responsible for this. But there's a chief for this.
There's a chief for that.
There's a chief for this.
Yes, a
and
chief.
they're responsible for keeping them?
Yeah. When he brings them in a certain number, and 1 or 2 will be used to perform the necessary sacrifice.
Right.
And the others will be dumped here.
Okay.
So that's it.
Okay. I heard that the kingdom has chieftaincies for so many roles. Is that correct?
Yeah, sure.
Can you name some of them? Some of the interesting ones that we may not know about.
Yeah, we have the Asante, Otumfur, Dormaahene. He's responsible for his sandals.
There's a chief responsible for the
Yes,
king's sandals.
Yes.
In terms of what? Buying the sandals, maintaining them, what?
Maintaining them, buying them, and then keeping them, keeping eye on them.
And there's a whole chief for
A
that.
whole chief, for that.
When he passes away, who takes over?
Well, a member from his family.
From his mother's side.
Said, that one is paternal.
That is paternal.
Yeah, that one is
the sandal, because I know accounts are matrilineal.
Yeah, and patrilineal.
And patrilineal too.
Yeah.
So in Dormaahene, Asante in Dormaahene is
paternal.
so the father's side will take over. What are the other chieftaincy
Then we have
titles?
the chiefs who hold the waists of the king, and that is Somisisi Hene, hold my waist.
Really?
Yeah, and he guides the chief, the king, to every place that he wants to go.
So Mississippi,
yeah,
hold my waist. The chief for holding the waist of the.
Then we have,
okay. Any more?
So that chief holds the hand for him to greet. It is not because the hand is too loaded with gold that the chief cannot lift, but there is a history behind the coming of Somisisi.
Okay.
There was a time when one of the Asante kings called Kusibodum went blind. And in the process of going blind, he had to be guided by somebody to be able to walk and then to be able to greet, hold his hand to greet. When the other king came, he chose to maintain that art
tradition.
form.
Okay.
So that is why we have.
So it's not that the gold is so heavy that Asante can't lift it.
No, because when he's dancing, nobody holds his hand.
Exactly.
When he's in the palanquin, nobody holds.
That's
him.
a good point.
And so that is.
That's a good point. That's a good.
Clear indication of the fact that it's not about the fact that it's too heavy.
Okay. So we have the Dormaahene, we have the Somisisi Hene. Which other chiefs? Interesting chiefs.
We have the Chimfuahene, responsible for the umbrellas.
Umbrellas.
Yes.
Okay. What's the significance of that title?
Well, the title is, an umbrella is a very important art form for the king, even every chief. Special attention has to be paid because our art forms are not just art; they are of spiritual significance. So everything that you see, which we call art, has the physical aspect and the spiritual aspect. And anything with spiritual aspect to have a chief to oversee.
Yeah, oversee it.
Yeah,
okay.
so
all right. Any more?
Yeah, we have.
Do you have female chiefs?
We have female chiefs. The queen, the chief's wives.
Yes.
Are almost all the time have towns and villages they reside and rule over.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
okay.
So if the chief has about 500, maybe 300 wives, you can be sure that about 200 of them are queen mothers.
Interesting. A Lady Julia, who is the consort to the king, does she also have any chieftaincy titles attached to her?
You know, in these modern times, a lot of changes have come.
Yes.
But still, she has a chieftaincy title because it's called Ohinayere.
Yes.
Ohinayere is a title.
The wife
Yes,
of the king.
Okay.
Also, I've enjoyed that.
That make us treat her like a queen.
Definitely so. Definitely so. Where else are you taking me to now?
Whichever place you choose.
Can we go to the new building?
Yes, let's go.
Let's go to the new building. So this is the Jubilee Hall that was erected in his honor to mark 25 years. Sure. What do you think are some of the highlights of Asante's reign to date?
Just a lot. I think I have seen 3 Asante kings, including him.
You're privileged.
Yes. And each of them had a way of governing. But you could see that this present one, King Osetutu II, has multiple of duties combined a lot of things, for which reason you can say that it's unprecedented in the history of the Ashanti Kingdom. So, economics aspect, spiritual aspect, social aspect, as we see, there were times that almost all chiefs were taking their cases to the law courts. He came and says, no, all chieftaincy cases,
bring them home.
To bring them home.
That's it.
So this has brought about absolute peace and stopped a lot of quarrels and squabbles.
Yeah.
So this is one.
Because if you have a traditional legal system, you can use it.
Yes.
Yeah.
When we originally there were very few vehicles around, but you can see that the number of vehicles have increased. This is because every department of the palace has been enlarged. So a lot of vehicles, a lot of job opportunities, a lot of things have been increased.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
A lot of things. We are seeing this new building.
Yes. Let's go. Opening.
Yeah.
Let's enter.
So this new building we're seeing is Otumfur Osetutu the second Jubilee Hall. It's a huge hall built upon the innovation of the Ashanti architecture. In the case of Ashanti architecture, you first enter the house going through a main gate.
Which is this one?
Yeah, this one.
Aquaba Gate.
Good. When you enter the main gate, you also have a very big area, a lobby.
Yes.
Yeah, that is called Inchonum.
Inchonum.
Yeah, that's the lobby.
What takes place there?
Yeah, the lobby is for deliberations where we can, the chief can even stand without sitting and solving problems. Negotiating with people and receiving gifts and giving out gifts.
And the word is Inchonum.
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 Yeah.
Okay.
And then from the Inchonum, you enter the big area we call Ediho. That is the hall, an open hall. Now you can see the decorations over there.
Can we get some education on on the symbols? So let me just point out them and you tell me what they mean. Okay. So this.
That is Chinyame.
Meaning?
Yeah, God alone.
God alone.
Yeah, God
so
alone.
The supremacy of God.
Yeah, the supremacy. So the king himself believes that there's somebody
higher
ahead
than
of him. Yeah. That is Sankofa.
Sankofa?
The Sankofa bed.
Meaning what?
Yeah, meaning you don't have to forget your past.
Okay, so you can always go back. Sanko, go back and take. Literally.
Yeah.
This one.
That one is a special flower called Mfufun. That is the yellowish in nature. And usually by the Mfufun is always another flower called Jirenchi. That is always black.
Okay.
And it is believed that the Jirenchi, which bears black fruits, has always envied the one that bears the yellow color. So some Mfufun pe and it's a Jirenchi, abobidie. The wish of Jirenchi is that the wish of Mfufun, which is yellowish, is that the Jirenchi should always remain black. Okay.
What does this mean?
That is Funtum Funafu ni Denchemfemfu. That's the Siamese crocodile. A crocodile with one stomach. They have two heads, two tails, but one stomach. Telling us that although we are together, we still struggle when it comes to eating or meals. When we're having meals, why can't one stop for the other to eat? Since it's going to one stomach. So that is why we have political parties.
Exactly.
Because although we are all one people,
they all want to eat.
Yeah, we all want to eat.
And then this one?
This one is Akumantuaswo. That is the extension of the heart. Have big stomach to stomach even the nonsense. Yeah.
So patience,
yes,
when people are fooling, just stomach it. All right, and then this one.
That is Akukonai Tiaba Ninkumba.
Literally?
That is literally the hen steps on its cheek, but it doesn't kill it. So sometimes it is on top of the umbrella of the king. And meaning that if a case is being tried and you see that, it means you can breathe some air of freedom. That means the king is not going to maybe pass on you death penalty.
Yeah, indeed. How about this?
Yeah, that is the Denchemche. That is the crest of the
Asante,
of Asante.
Okay, are those bells?
Yes, yes,
on the left.
Gold dripping. Yeah,
gold is dripping. Okay,
and then we have Aya. That is a special leaf.
It's even here.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So
this
special leaf.
This Aya.
Yeah, this
okay.
special leaf.
What does it mean?
Which takes. It doesn't take. It doesn't. It's not very easy for you to for such leaf to die. It is normally found under the cocoa tree.
Okay.
The cocoa plantation or the palm nut tree.
So it's very resilient.
Yeah. Whenever it is even woody size are poured on them, they still survive.
Yeah, so
meaning whatever you do, Ashanti nation will survive.
Okay.
Now we have here a bell,
yes.
A bird that is looking like a peacock.
Yes.
But that is not a peacock.
What is it?
That is
it's a kind of a
special bird.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what's the significance of that bird?
Well, the significance is a type of a hat worn by the king.
I think I've seen him wear it before.
Yes, yeah. When he's coming to, when he was coming to enter the kingdom from Akwamu,
okay.
on the way, he put on this very
headgear.
Yes,
and he's kept it there till now.
Okay. You wanted the name of the bird?
Yes.
That is a hornbill.
A hornbill.
Yeah. That's
okay.
So, si enti any ongom etikopo. That is the ongam is the bear called a hornbill, and it has a horn at its back. It is believed that he was recalcitrant, and for which reason he had that.
No, on the back of his head. Now, quickly, some of these symbols. What is this one?
That is Duafing, symbol of beauty.
It's a comb, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a comb.
Okay. Okay.
Body beauty.
Body beauty. Okay.
That is also another symbol for Sankofa, that is
go back and get what is useful from the past.
These are the swords.
These are the swords.
Of office. They are the swords of office.
Okay.
Yeah. That one is another, which is the handcuffs.
Ooh.
So this is
so law and order, right?
Yes, law and order. Yes. And that one is another akumbeng, that is fighting spirit.
Okay. And then the one on top.
That one is Nyamidria. In every house of any Ashanti people was a tree planted in the middle of the house called Nyamidria. That means we believe in the Almighty God.
Indeed, indeed. Okay, so we're going to step inside now.
Yeah, okay.
Let's see. Okay. Wow. So this is the lobby you were talking about?
Yes, this is the lobby called Inchonum.
Inchonum. What is this huge piece of artwork? I can see so many things. I can see the porcupine.
Yeah, you can see the porcupine, that is the kotoko, the symbol of the Ashanti kingdom.
I can see a horn blower.
Yeah, you can see the horn blower sending messages.
Okay, so communication.
Over. Yes, that's it. These are the Adinkra
symbols. There's one with a gun here and a sword.
Yes, that's a gun. The sword was the original weapon used to fight.
Okay.
Before the guns. So this is a combination of two powerful
weapons. Yes. There's another one that we haven't seen before.
Yeah, this is the one of a modern day Adinkra symbols. Yeah, so you can see the academics are trying to invent new ones.
Yes, I see a horse. Is that a dog?
That is a dog with fire coming out of its mouth.
I see a buffalo.
Yeah, you see a buffalo. These are the symbols of the 8 clans of the Ashanti kingdom.
That's a dog?
Yeah.
Which one is this?
The dog is the Duana clan.
Duana clan.
The buffalo is the Kwana clan.
Kwana clan.
Yes.
And then we have a bird.
Yeah, we have the bird. That is the.
Is it a dove?
No, that is
parrot.
That is the crow.
That's a crow?
Yeah, that's the crow.
Okay.
Then we have the vulture for Asechiri.
Okay. And this?
This is the britio, that is the
leopard.
The leopard.
Okay. And there's a bat here. Is it a bat?
Bat, that is Asante.
Okay. So bat, buffalo, dog, leopard, vulture. There's another bird up there.
That is
there's 8 more. There's 2 more at the top.
Yeah.
Very top.
2 more, yeah. This one is a crow. The crow.
And that's a parrot.
That is for That is a parrot.
On top, and there's another bird.
That is Aguna.
Okay.
The parrot is for the Aguna people.
Okay.
The other is Oyoko.
Okay.
That is the hawk.
Okay.
For the Oyoko.
So these are like 8 clans?
Yeah, the 8.
Original clans?
Yeah, original clans.
There were 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
now how many clans are there?
we have 8.
Okay, still 8.
Except that the Oyoko is splitted into 2 now. We have the Oyoko Adako and the Oyoko.
Okay.
The Adako, there was a civil war that split them into 2, with one large group moving to Ivory Coast.
Oh, okay.
So that is the, yes.
Are those that become the Baole people?
Yes, they are the Baole people.
Oh.
They were part of the Oyoko kingdom.
Okay.
And then, after the civil war, decided to form their own clan called Adako.
So they still speak Twi?
Yes.
Okay.
Over there.
So those are your brothers and sisters
yes.
there in Cote d'Ivoire. Now, let's talk about the golden...
Yeah, the golden stool.
First of all, disclaimer, this is not the real one.
Yeah,
this
no.
This is a representation.
This is not the real golden stool.
So what's the significance of the golden stool?
The golden stool is a symbol of unity. Before the formation of the Asante kingdom, they had to pray to the Almighty God to give them a symbol that will unite them. So when the symbol, it's believed coming from the skies, dropped on the laps of one of the chiefs gathered, and it was agreed that whoever receives the golden stool or whatever object coming from the skies on his laps will be the leader of all of the Asante kingdom. So it fell on the laps of King Osetutu, who was then the chief of Kwame.
Which has become Kumasi.
Yes, which has become Kumasi. Then after the golden stool had descended, they asked all those chiefs gathered to bring all their stools, the symbol of office, and it was bent to signify that we have only one most important stool.
Which is
that
this?
is the golden stool. And the golden stool, a law was made that no one dares, not even to dream about making one. Whoever did would have to lose his head. So that is the golden stool. Well, the symbols you see around, these ones are effigies attached to the golden stool. That were one of the, there are 4 effigies, one representing Denchira, the king of Denchira, one representing the king of Achim Kutuku, one representing the king of German, Edinkra, and other one.
So 4 of them?
Yes, 4 of them.
Representing 4 kings?
Yes.
What are these bells representing?
The bells are to send messages, okay? Whenever Ashanti is going to war, the golden stool is carried in front of the king at the war front, and just like the Ark of Covenant. So that is that is their Ark of Covenant, and the bells are rung to send messages to our departed kings to come around and support.
Is it made entirely of gold?
Entirely of gold. This one is full gold, full gold, but you cannot make any object with gold alone.
Yes.
So it normally has to be
Just
an
an
alloy.
alloy. Okay.
Yeah, some silver is added.
Okay.
But a high degree, maybe 24 carats.
Of gold.
Of gold.
I understand that the golden stool also sits on a stool. Is that correct?
The king does not sit on the stool. It is only when a new king arrives or is installed, what he does symbolically is for people to hold him. Other chiefs will hold him and make his buttocks touch the golden stool 3 times.
1.
And that is for his life.
And he'll never sit on it
He will
again.
never sit on it again.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but sometimes when he's sitting in state, does he have the golden stool next to him?
No, he has one stool of his own. That is personal stool. Okay? That personal stool is what will be blackened after his death. That is what you almost always see around. The golden stool comes out once in a blue moon.
When was the last time you saw the golden stool?
Well, I have seen it in the day of Asante Prempe II, once, in the days of Asante Pokuare, once, and in the days of, Asante Pokuare twice. So I've seen it 4 times.
Where is the golden stool?
Well, that is, it is forbidden for even to dream of locating where it is.
So I should take my question back.
Yes,
eh?
yes.
Does Asante know?
He is the custodian.
Okay, so he knows.
People can only speculate.
That
you
is
never
it.
know. He knows where it is, and the caretaker. So there are very few. I can say not more than 5 people know where it is.
What do you think the reaction would be in 21st century if somebody asked for the golden stool, like the
Well,
way those British officers asked for it
yes.
hundreds of years ago?
Of course, we are all aware that when the British asked for it, it was a complete war which lasted for almost a year. So why would you go and ask for it?
Good question.
Yeah, because the unity of Asante is still in existence. They believe they still have their love, and everything about Asante is the golden stool. So anybody who thinks about maybe hashing a plan of even knowing where it is a suspect.
Completely.
Yeah. So this is it.
Yes. Do you think that the younger generation, the younger Asantes, are still interested in all this history?
Well, with the coming of the present king, he has actually injected that love and knowledge of people trying to attach themselves to what was destroyed. And so the coming in of the British made a lot of things vanish. And then they started training us to believe that all these things are fetish, ungodly, and all sorts. But the coming of King Osei-Tutu II has changed almost everything. So let's see.
This is where we're going to end our talk.
Yeah.
So tell me what we see here. What is this scene representing?
Well, we see the king sitting in the middle, surrounded by his priests.
So these are the priests.
Yeah, these are the priests.
In the white?
Yes, and then the servants on the other side holding swords.
These are servants.
Yeah, these are servants. These are the priests.
These are priests.
These are priests and yeah,
And
priests
then
and
who
servants.
would this man be?
Well, that is the Ochiame, that is the spokesperson.
Spokesperson.
Yeah, of the king. And Asante has as many as about 12 Achiame, that is
12 spokespeople.
yes, 12 spokespeople.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then who? Why does this person have this kind of?
Yeah, that is
headdress?
called an Mpomponsio sword. The Mpomponsio sword bearer has something to differentiate him from the other, and he wears the feathers of an eagle.
Those are eagle feathers.
Yeah, so
okay,
eagle feathers.
What is this?
Well, that is called Gwitekuduo. Whenever the king is in procession, we see somebody carrying a silver casket in front of the king. And this casket contains a lot of charms and gold dust.
Gold dust.
Yeah, so the king, it's always in front of the king, and when he sits, it's placed on his right hand side. When he goes to sleep, it is still
It's there.
It's there.
Okay,
Yeah, so-
okay. I see that the king has his feet resting on a footstool of some sort.
Yes.
And what's the significance of
The
that?
belief is that a chief, and more in particular, the king's foot does not touch the ground.
Why not?
It must always, because he's a god. He's a spiritual person, so he has to be treated as such. And he plants his foot on something called that is the footstool.
Stool, yes.
Yeah. And then beside him is also a silver casket. This silver casket contains an amount of gold and some charms, which is always in front of him whenever he's in procession, or his convoy. That is what leads his convoy. And you come to the king himself soon after this casket.
Okay.
He goes with the casket wherever he is. When he sits, it's on his right side. When he goes to sleep, on his bedside.
Okay.
So that is very important something. All those carrying the swords are the priests. The sword are representing God, some gods.
Okay.
Okay.
What is this?
That is the flying whisk.
Okay.
Yeah. Flying
What does
whisk,
it symbolize?
Symbolize charms.
Okay.
And then again, it does the work of the flying whisk, which is driving away.
Warding away evil spirits.
Yes,
okay.
that's it.
Are these weapons?
Yeah, they are weapons. Now, each of these weapons you see signifies or stands for one king. Every king had his own gun. And then when there is a chief attached to it, the gun has a name and a chief responsible for that gun.
So give me an example of a name, one gun.
This one you see called the Isremusei gun.
Okay.
That's the gun called Isremusei.
Okay.
The guns have names. But as you asking, of course, it's difficult to.
So these are guns, right?
Yeah, these are all guns, and then these are all guns.
What, is this fish?
That is also a decoration on one of the swords.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it's a design. A design on one of the swords.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is a really very symbolic scene.
Yes, this is it.
I think we should stand by our royals.
Yes.
And
maybe you don't have to cover.
No, we can't cover the chief. We can't cover the king at all.
Yeah.
So, opening Osebunsu, Safo Kantanka.
Yes.
Thank you so much for this tour of Manhyia Palace.
Yes.
What do you want to tell people who are watching and listening about this place, historic place that we are
The time
standing
has
in?
come for us to go back to our roots, learn what we have been wrongly taught as evil. They are no evil, they are our past. Our past is rooted in our everyday life, and therefore you can find them in our art forms. So when you see our art forms, it is not fetish, it is godly. So people should come round, learn them, ask questions about them, and approach wherever they find them, get closer and ask more questions.
Thank you so much, Dawase.
Yeah.
Opening Osebunsu, Safo Kantaka is a monarchical historian. So he knows, he says quite a little bit, but I think it's a lot, about Asante history, and especially the history as pertaining to the King Asantehene and all the royal matters. We're here at the Manhyia Palace in Kumasi, the seat of the Asante Kingdom. And the beautiful music you hear is from a Durbar of all the ethnic groups that are housed in this kingdom. They're all coming to a Durbar to pay their respects to Asantehene on the occasion of his 25th anniversary, his Silver Jubilee. What impressed you most about this tour? Put your comments down below and let's have a conversation. My name is Kafri Day. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes.